and applicable. And then it comes down to identifying the comp plan, rank target for the first 30, 90 days. Where do you want to see yourself in the next 30 to 90 days? And it's also now getting your social media, your lead channels set up and ready, including your Instagram, your TikTok. I know some others might decide to use some other different channels. We'll definitely set those up as well and look into how we can optimize the reach, the audience that we're targeting, and also the inbound leads that we're being able to gather from those. Then it comes down to evaluating your warm market, your potential sub IBs for later. Once we make that list, we now know who we can headhunt, reach, knock on their door, and literally go and close those sales from the get-go. And then it comes down to now completing the IGC affiliate launch course. Without this, you pretty much don't have all the knowledge and information that you need to blow big from the get-go. And following this, you're now into all the groups. You have access to our content marketing material, our updates, our calls, and also the trading services that we're actually offering, because with this, you can now create a lot more content to share to your audiences. So all this very quickly, comprehensive, 24 hours. It's probably going to be the busiest start you'll ever have in any project, but this will give you the right foot to take the next couple of steps. Without this, you'll be set up for failure. You must prepare to succeed with this, and this is what this 24 hours is going to do for you. Moving on to day 2 now. If you thought day 1 was exciting and quite comprehensive, then day 2 is going to be a lot more, because this is now where you put your creative hat on and you start to really look a bit further than just what's around you, and you're going to evaluate and create a completely new content strategy, identifying what you think will work for you, for your audience, your personality. What are you comfortable with doing? What are you not uncomfortable with doing? And which route are you going to take to really hit the masses with your social channels? And once we start to get an idea of this, we're now going to look at some inspiration. Other people who are already doing something similar to what you want to do, how can you gain some inspiration, some ideas, some creativity from them? And how can you remodel this with your own personal touch to pretty much not reinvent the wheel, but use a system that's already working for others? This is how you're going to make your life and work a lot easier and give yourself a clear pathway with direction towards actually being able to perform well. Once we've done that, we're now going to create and gather a ton of content for our reels, our videos, our TikToks, our content, our stories, etc., coming up with a full plan of everything. The more strategic and the more organized we are with all of this, the easier your work is in the upcoming 30 days. Because without this, you must understand, without having this all really well organized and clear, it's going to be tough. Every single day, you're going to be out there on the field, on your socials. You're going to be wondering, what should I do? How do I do it? How am I going to do it? Etc. You don't want that. We're going to break down all of that and set that on stone from the very initial get-go. And once we've got this all in place, we can then start move on to the next couple of steps. Now, we then have our weekly affiliate schedule that we're all actually fairly familiar with. We'll set those in stone as well in our own schedules, make sure we're all ready for those, make sure if there's anything specific that we want to discuss and talk about, those are all outlined. And then now it comes down to actually putting that creative hat that we had on, putting the ideas and the strategies that we've come up with into action. We're now going to start, let's say, creating our content, filming, designing whatever content we had in mind, and literally getting that ready to publish. We work in advance, we make the days ahead easier and more systematic to work through. And then it comes to now getting the ball rolling. We're here to make money. How do we do that? We do that by bringing customers in. You now have a set of leads. You have your warm client base. We're going to now start targeting those, get our first customer or two, and set up the funnel in place so that as people come in, as we start to now generate attraction and an audience, we now take them through a system where they can self-convert themselves without us doing the same thing over and over again every single time for every single inquiry. We need a clear, systematic process. As a person comes in, by the end of these couple of steps, they need to be converted. They need to be ready on board with the system that we have in place. In fact, within the next 24 to 48 hours, we want them trading. And to do that, we need the perfect system. It's not going to be the same one for every single person. There are going to be some fine tweaks and tuning to be done. And once we have those in place, by the end of day 2, we should have that already. So from day 3, we can work onto bigger, more exciting stuff. If you just scroll down for us, Mr. AB.
Yeah, 100%. I just want to quickly tap in there, just so you guys understand what we're going through. Because guys, I want you to be looking and listening to this information and taking notes, because this is what you're going to begin now after this call. This is actually the game plan. Everyone in this call is about to commence. Even though you guys are already IBs, you're doing this is that, I want you guys to have factory reset today. You guys have factory reset. You're going to do everything all over again from this point onwards, and you're going to become very intentional. In fact, we're not going to show you the entire 30-day game plan. We're going to drip feed you. We're going to just show you the first 7 days. And then guess what? Next Wednesday, we have another affiliate call. We're going to show you the next 7 days from there. And then from that, we're going to have another affiliate call. We're going to show you the next 7 days. And for those people that do not complete the tasks in the first 7 days, you will not be able to hear the information for what needs to be done for the following 7 days, because you haven't completed the first 7 days. So it doesn't make sense for you to know about the next step if you haven't completed the first step. Because we want to find out who is intentional. Because those Great White Shark affiliate IBs, they told us they're doing this. We didn't have to even tell them. They told us they're doing this. That's the different levels. So if they're telling us they're doing this and they're doing it, and we're telling you guys to do it and you don't do it, where do you think our focus would be? You understand? Show, not to us, to yourself, that you're serious about this, and you will see drastic, big changes happen. And right now, like I said, your factory reset. So step 1 for all of you guys, what you need to do, back to Ash, is if you've done the first 24-hour completion, which is done by tomorrow, all of you guys should have on pen and paper or notes, however you guys do it, your goals and your why over the next 3 to 12 months, what you want to achieve and why you want to achieve it. They need to be written down. You need to send it to Ash. Say, Ash, I'm very serious. These are my goals, and this is the reason why I want to do it. As well as that, within my first 30 days on the comp plan, I want to become this affiliate. In the next 90 days, I want to become this affiliate. This is how serious I am. Just send in that information. That is the first step done, because obviously the group chats and all that is already set up. As well as that, evaluate your warm market potential sub IBs. Do you know what this is? This is your list task. That's your second picture you're going to take. You're going to say, these are all my potential warm market list for potential sub IBs. We are not looking at warm markets for prospects, for customers. No. We will only be looking at that for potential IBs, right? So you can create that, but you're not going to speak to a single IB, because this first 30 days is not about affiliates or sub IBs. If you guys already have existing ones you're working on, fine. But for now, we're not going to be speaking about it, because this first 30 days, we're going to make you into an optimal 6-figure IB. Then from there, it becomes so easy to close other IBs, because they're looking at what you've done in your first 30 days, and all they're thinking is, if I can do what he's done or what she's done, I can get to that same level as well. It's like if you've got that friend that you saw once upon a time that looked exact same build as you, that went to the gym, and then you stopped going gym and they kept going gym, and you saw them a year later and they had the body that you wanted, all you're going to be thinking is, okay, from today onwards, I'm training with you. I'm going to do exactly what you do so I can get to your result. That's how people see it with this game as well. So make sure you follow every little detail. There's going to be 2 main images or screenshots that Ash wants to see. He wants to see your goals, why, and what you want to achieve in your first 30 days and 90 days. The second thing he wants to see is he wants to see your warm market list of potential IB. This person, and this is the reason why. This person, this is the reason why. This is their social media. If they don't even have social media, then I'm not sure why you want them as an IB, because they're not really doing IB, or they're not prospective enough for IB. So those are the 2 things there. Day 2 is all about your content strategy, and this is actually so important, because in network marketing, and this is where most of you guys come from, no one teaches you this part here: content strategy and social media inspo. They don't teach you, okay, who's the Instagram page you're trying to become like, and the content you post, on your feed, on your stories? Are you acting like them, or are you acting completely not like them? Which person are you acting like? If you're not acting like them, then you're not following your own strategy, and that's why you're not getting the leads, and you're not generating the amount of people you're trying to generate in the first place. It doesn't make any sense. If you're trying to become like, let's say, an Andrew Tate or an Iman Gadzi, how do they post content? What do they put on their stories? Now, what do you put on your current stories? What's the energy difference there? Do you look the same? You don't? Well, there's a reason why. You need to become the person what you're trying to become now by building those habits now. You don't become the person you want to become by accident. You become that person intentionally. You need to pick that person and act like them now. If you act like them right now, then all that's missing is the results, if you think about it. And that's why it's in that order. So you need to know your content strategy, who it is, your inspo, and you need to follow them and then gather the content to start working and becoming like them. And obviously the rest of it is to create your funneling system to start onboarding customers. So that's a quick reiteration of what Ash said, but I wanted you guys to really understand where I'm coming from content inspo to then doing these tasks intentionally. If you guys do not send these pictures in of your goals, your why, your 30-day, your 90-day, and also your warm market affiliate list, then unfortunately, by default, you haven't even completed day one of the 30-day game plan. You understand? This is what Ash expects within the next 24 hours. And if you guys need any help or support, even JC will be asking for it from you guys. And just in case you guys are wondering, we do monitor numbers for everything. So whenever you ask JC to check things, just so you know, JC is like me, Ash, and Javed put together. So when you see her asking, it's us asking together. We're asking for that. So if you don't respond, guess what it says on our system? 0. You did, I don't want to say the word, but you did all. You understand? You did nothing this week. So when she comes back and say this person did not respond, yeah, that means they did nothing. Because if you did something, you'd be saying, yeah, I got 7 FTDs, I got 3 FTDs, I got 1 FTD. If you got 0, say you got 0. But if you didn't get, it's worse to not say anything.
If you did something, you'd be saying, yeah, I got 7
not only did you get
FTDs, I
nothing,
got 3 FTDs,
but you're
I
so
got 1
lazy
FTD.
that
If you
you
got
couldn't even
0, say you
respond.
got 0.
That's
but
how
if you
bad
didn't
it
get,
looks, you
it's
understand?
worse to not
So
say
make
anything.
sure
If you did
you
something,
guys
you'd be saying, yeah, I got
there,
7 FTDs,
because
I
this
got
is
3
your
FTDs,
accountability.
I got 1
This is
FTD.
Jim.
If you got
He's
0,
the
say you
PT
got 0.
right now.